Trey made this beat.
Guys, we have our expert advisor, and I cannot wait to bring him to the platform. Guys, listen, okay, this man right here, my husband is very close friends with. They've been friends for many, many years. I cannot wait for him to hit this platform so that he can give y'all some. Listen, he's going to not only give you tea about the music industry and how he's, transitioned through the music ministry, how he has, music industry, how he's shattered glass ceilings, how he's broken through walls and created his own doors and pathways. So I cannot wait to bring him on. With that being said, we're going to show you a quick clip. So hold on to your seatbelts and be ready, guys. Here we go.
Trey made this beat.
All right, guys. So I guess y'all already seen that. It's really no introductions necessary, but I am going to go ahead and introduce this man to the platform. His name is Roderick Patterson, aka Sir Rod. Hello, y'all. Yes. All right. Hey, Rod, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Listen. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I want to find out who this expert is. That guy you explained. I was looking for. I want to meet him.
Listen, you've earned that crown, King. You earned the crown, okay? I am so happy to have you on the platform. I really appreciate you accepting my invitation.
Y'all like family, so I'm gonna make a way.
Yes,
it's cold and rainy up here in Atlanta, but I'm here.
Really? Oh my goodness. See, that's why you need to come on back to Florida. Guys, if y'all don't know that Sir Rod is a Floridian.
I'm coming to Florida.
He still has a lot of family here. All of his roots, his early years were spent right here in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida.
Born and raised in Petersburg, Florida.
Born and raised in Florida. So, guys, he's an Atlantean now.
Oh yeah, I've been here about close to 30 years now.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah,
that is a long time. Okay, so Rod, listen, I wanted to bring you on the platform, and I'm sure some people are like, well, why is he here? Like, what is? Listen, y'all getting ready to learn. So I'm hoping that as pupils and students of like you in a classroom, this is your classroom right here. So anyone who is desiring to go into the music industry, whether you're an artist or a producer, whatever the case may be, this is where you want to be tonight. So, guys, I'm asking that everyone who's watching, even those who are not in the chat, but I know that you're watching from afar, please make sure that you share this across your timeline, because you never know if there's someone there that might at some point want to go into the music industry. This is where they need to be tonight. They're going to get some schooling, honey. Make sure y'all got your pens and your pads ready, because you're getting ready to get it. Okay.
We'll try.
Yes, right. Okay, so first question.
Yes, ma'am.
How is your family doing?
Oh, everybody's fine. Blessed. I'm embarrassingly blessed. My daughter's doing pretty good. My other kids, my grandkids, my daughter's an actress. And,
yes, I know.
She's currently in Canada doing a project with Disney Stream.
Wow.
So she's doing her thing. And she just had a baby on Christmas.
Oh my gosh, really? Congratulations.
You can't write this stuff down. So it's like, I'm embarrassingly blessed with a little girl. So I got two granddaughters, one for my son and then one for my daughter. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Oh my gosh. Listen, those grandkids do something. It's one thing to be a parent, to love your children, but when those grandkids come, honey, that's a whole nother different situation. That's another kind of love right there.
Granddad love and grandma love is different.
Oh yeah.
Hey boy, you ain't hurt. Go on.
Yep. All right. So now that we have gotten all of the casual conversation out of the way, let's go ahead and I'm going to ask you this first question. Okay. Tell us how your journey began.
Oh, how long is this show? You ain't got enough time. I'm trying to do it really quick.
Okay.
When I was in St. Pete, I tried to get in the music industry for a long time, and then eventually ended up here in Atlanta. When I landed in Atlanta, I was trying to sing and just say, hey, I sing. And nobody was hearing me. I went to conventions and stuff. Nobody was hearing me. And I happened to mention to somebody that, hey, I had just got a little art degree, graphic arts. I went to school at P-Tech and I got a little graphic arts degree. Right. I mentioned to somebody, hey, I can do a T-shirt design, or I can do a business card, logo or something. And people who weren't in our conversation started to butt in.
Oh, okay.
T-shirts, can you do this? And a light bulb say, hey, they're not hearing me when I said I sing and I dance, but they want me to do graphics. So what I decided to do was get in the phone book. They had phone books back in that day, no Google. Yeah. And I called every record label in Atlanta, see if they had an art department. And basically only two had art department. That was LaFace Records and So Def. Okay. Tried to get his LaFace Records. The guy was nice, but I think he was kind of worried I might take his job. So he couldn't give me these tasks. But So Def had a female there, and I guess she thought I was kind of cute, so she let me come in. Okay. So I'll work for free. I'll intern and I'll clean your brushes. I'll do whatever. Right. And long story short, they ended up needing Jermaine Dupri needed a logo for a party he was doing, and I did that logo, and they paid me $500, and I got on their radar. And then they had another project, and I did another logo for them. So and they paid me another $500. So I'm really on their radar. So she ends up quitting. They fell out. They ended up quitting, and at that point, I was doing other freelance work. And Jermaine's father had called every Rod Patterson in the phone book till they found me and offered me her job. What? And that was kind of my introduction. So you never know. I've got him to So I ended up being their art director for about 5 years, and still good friends with his father and the whole camp. So.
Wow, that is so awesome. See, you never know where your beginnings will start. You have a bigger vision for something, but you never really know what route you're going to take to get to that place. Yeah. So now let me ask you a question. In terms of singing, how did you start out singing? Like, where did that come from? Like, can you give me some background about that? Oh, that's really simple. You see what I'm dressed like. I back in 1978, I had no interest in music whatsoever, but I ended up going to a Michael Jackson concert. And by the end of that concert, you look just like him. I wanted to sing and dance and do everything that Michael was doing. So I came home, I was like 13.
I came home and I immediately started to scream in my room. And I sound like a bag of wet cats. My poor parents. Now I could dance. My mom said, she said, bless your heart, Rod, why don't you just concentrate on the dancing? Don't do the singing thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's amazing after screaming for about 30 years how good you get. That's how it started. I was trying to sing Michael Jackson stuff. Ended up going to different groups. There's a group called One Soul, and actually we almost got I almost got deals all along the way. Then with Troy's group, you need to show that one with Jador. Jador, that's what it was called. Yep.
Yes.
E.
What's up?
Special guest before. Oh, Pat.
What's going on, man?
Oh my
Wow,
goodness.
what's up?
Hey guys.
Y'all surprised me. I'm gonna start.
Hello, everybody.
It's a reunion.
Yeah, brother.
So I've been doing my thing for and now I'm singing the blues.
Yes, I heard about that. All over the world, traveling all over the world doing that.
Riding the Blues Doctors.
Mr. Entertainment.
Right.
So, but yeah. Oh, you own it, doggone it. Troy, I gotta pay
That's
you
your
more.
boy
Troy. I gotta
Troy
pay
over
you
there.
So,
Man.
thank you for coming.
Long time.
Yes, long time.
Long
Gang's
time.
all here. We got a few missing. I
Yeah.
was trying to get Eric on, but I couldn't get in touch with him.
He didn't get parole? No. Now, Eric. Now, me and Eric was a group called One Soul, and he was our soprano singer.
I couldn't go no higher.
He couldn't go no higher, right? And Pep was part of Jador.
Man, Rod, I'm trying to figure out how you got your hair, man. How you got your hair? Oh, you got it braided up?
It's twisted.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to see what
There you go.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This is all COVID hair. I've just been growing it.
Yeah.
Well, I still can.
I know that's right.
See how long it go. I'll be that guy with long gray dreads one day. Yeah, man. Pep, how you doing? Well, I'm sorry. Let's stay on the music industry because this be like.
No. This is for you guys. I thought Troy and I thought that this would be a really good idea for you guys to come together because, man, it's been how many years since y'all have actually been together, like in one, even though we're not in one building, but you're still on the same platform.
Yeah, this like Motown 25 right here.
Yeah, this been decades.
Man,
It's like
Decades.
5 hard. Now, Eric is doing some interest. It's like everybody I surround myself with end up doing pretty well. Eric is he's Mr. International voiceover guy. I mean, he's doing stuff with Kevin Hart. You know, he should be a guest by himself. His own accolade.
I agree.
And Pep, Mr. Boxing, extraordinaire.
Yes.
They hanging out with Star. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
He invite me to something. He come to Atlanta, invite me to something he doing. I mean, like,
last time we saw each other, Rod, was in Atlanta.
yeah.
Fight. Yep, about a year ago.
Yeah, so yeah, everybody's doing pretty good, and glad to see you.
Yeah.
Being blessed.
Everybody's doing their own thing, you know, and you have to think out of the box. And then for the young people, sometimes you might have it in your mind you want to go one direction, but your gifts and your talents, and if you got an open mind, will steer you to where you need to be or a better fit. And a lot of people get their gifts and their talents mixed up.
Yeah.
You could be talented in something. You could be really talented in something and hate to do it. You know, I got a niece. She can do hair. I mean, she's real good. Knock everybody. But she hates to do it. She's got a talent at it, but she hates to do it.
Yeah.
Your gift?
Not her passion.
Right. Not a passion. Well, you can be passionate about I'm passionate about music, or I'm passionate about playing the piano, but I ain't no But your gift, you always end up doing it subconsciously. Your gift is always part of what, like my gift. Most people would think my gift is art. No, I'm talented in art. I'm talented in music and dancing, but my gift, my true gift is communication. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm singing a song, I'm trying to communicate. If I'm playing piano, if I'm painting, I'm trying to communicate. So it's like a teacher's spirit I have.
Yeah.
And another thing, people tend to tell me their whole life story. So that's my gift. And I apply that to my art, to my music, to everything, every platform. And that's what I'm trying to tell the young folks. Don't just get stuck on one thing. You know, you got to have an open mind, because you might have a gift that has nothing to do with what you are passionate about or what you have.
Yeah, true.
And that gift will open up doors. That gift, you will do it for free. You will do it when you sleep. It will always be with you.
Exactly. I have a question for you guys, since all of you are here. And it's really applicable, because I'm writing off of one of the statements that you made, Rod, when you said, don't put yourself in a box.
Yes.
Many times people get frustrated when they find that their journey, they set a path or they made a plan for themselves, but the plan that they had, they didn't actually take the path to get to where they wanted to be the way that they wanted to get there, right? So they had to take some deviations, they had to go different places in order to get to the end of what they thought they wanted. Might not look like what they expected for it to look like, but it wound up being something that was needed or necessary. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that being said, I want to ask you guys, what lessons did you learn from being in the different groups, you know, that you were in the, you know, from the music, from the music industry all the way now? Pep is, you know, like you said, boxing. Eric has got stuff going on, you know, with the voiceovers and all of that stuff. Rod, you have your community, you're traveling with different groups. What helped you guys? What did you learn along the way all of these years to help to prepare you for where you are right now?
I'll go first. For me, self-confidence. You know, when I was joking, when I said, my mom said, Rod, don't sing. And I never really believed I could sing. And group after group, I ended up being lead singer and all these things. And I'm like, they just doing it because we're friends, you know. But then I got with the Blues Doctors, and then they started playing my stuff on the radio, and they're doing this around. The people in the UK are requesting, and I'm starting to say, well, maybe I can sing. Maybe something, right? Because in your mind, you want to sound. You try to compare yourself to different things, but I'm starting to hear me, master my own technique, my own style, and accept me, that I'm in my own little lane. And I think every group was essential. You know, every group, I got a little piece of something that I still use today. When I'm in studio, I think about Eric and tone and making sure pitch and
wow.
Songwriting. Troy, we were in the studio singing a song. I forget what the name of that song. It was one song. Don't Throw Our Love Away. And that one part, you were in the studio, and I don't remember. I remember the lights being dim. You were inside that booth. We couldn't see you. Somebody wanted the lights out. Couldn't see you. And you started singing that, and the hairs grew up on. And I realized then, when you write or when you sing a song, you put that feeling in it. That blew my mind. And just your guys' songwriting ability, Pep, and all you got. Pep, you know, songwriting. I got all that from you guys.
I appreciate it, Rod.
So I snatch what I can and take it with me.
Good. That's good.
Absolutely.
So don't be scared. Anybody else want to interject? I know there's a lot to say.
For me, it's about embracing the roadblocks, because a lot of times we look at a roadblock or we run into a roadblock, and it's like we think that's the end of the line.
Wow.
But if you learn to embrace those roadblocks, they will develop the creativity in you to go around it, to go under it, to go through it some kind of way, it'll just, you embrace those roadblocks, because you might be going in one direction, like you said earlier, but then you come up against a roadblock. It's like, okay, let me think about this. So, you give a little huddle with yourself and you think about it, you brainstorm, and then you go in a different direction, and all of a sudden all these opportunities start to open up that if that roadblock wasn't there in your path, you would have never experienced those other opportunities.
Right.
They just would have never came your way, whether that be people, whether that be opportunities, whether that be whatever that got you to a new level or to a next level, So embrace those roadblocks and learn how to pivot, and don't get frustrated, because you're always going to have them. They're always going to be there, So learn how to embrace those roadblocks and use that creativity, that creative mind that you have to get through those roadblocks, to get around them. And don't be afraid to allow other people to help you. So many times, especially as proud Black folks, we want to claim it all, that we did it all by ourselves, but nobody who actually gets to the top of that mountain got there by themselves. Nobody. So allow people to help you when they want to help you.
I like it. I love that those and the things that Rod shared and the things that you share, Eric, are things that can be applied in every facet of your life, really and truly.
Everything.
Being mindful of, like Rod said, the people that are around you, who you surround yourself with, those that are positive. You want to look at the attributes that they have and look at how you can apply those attributes to yourself. Somebody had made a statement one time, I can't remember who it was. They were talking about how you can become successful. However, when you become successful, not only should you enhance your abilities, but you should also evolve mentally so that you're prepared for where you're going. If you still have that bottom dweller mindset and you reach a peak of what you deem as success, it can all be lost in a moment's time because you haven't properly prepared yourself mentally for where you're going.
Well, you won't be there long.
Yeah, exactly. It's very short.
They'll show you all right over here.
Exactly. Okay, so what about you, Pep? I'm gonna let my husband go last, because he I'm sure he's really good with like taking everything and wrapping it up in a pretty package. So I'm gonna let you go. Pep, what say you?
Being in a group, I would say is dedication is over the years, I would say being dedicated and being ready for when that time comes, when you get that perfect opportunity, being ready and dedicated and practice. You can have all the talent in the world, but
practice, yes.
If you're not dedicated and practice and strong as a unit, man, when that time comes, it's gonna go right by you.
Wow.
So,
That's right.
Practicing when you don't have nothing on the calendar is hard.
Right. Yep. Even if, like you said, even if you ain't got nothing going on, stay dedicated, practice, so when that time comes, because it was a lot of times I felt like we met a lot of people, man, but I felt like we wouldn't, I felt like we had the talent, but a lot of times I felt like we didn't put the time in and we should have practiced more. So I feel like you got to really practice and be ready for when that time comes, you can take advantage of that opportunity. So you have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't ready when that time comes, it'll by. So right now, be dedicated. Anything I do now, I try to be dedicated, learn my craft. I watch a lot of videos, and learn from other people's stories. Sometimes it don't even have to be anything, containing what I'm doing. It could be a story about anything I take and learn from it, and apply to what I'm doing. So
now, one thing I want to interject that I learned from an industry person, and I think it's true, and I took that in, and I'm going to pass this on to the young folks. If you got to ask for a record deal, if you got to ask for a manager, if you got to ask for somebody to do something for you, chances are you don't deserve it. If you're good enough, it will come to you. Just get good enough.
Yeah.
It will find you.
Like that.
And sometimes things come to you that you least expected. You know, I've been a boxing fan, you know, my whole life. And now I got involved with boxing, doing something that I never thought I would, you know, be involved with, you know, promoting boxing, interviewing fighters. You know, this kind of just came out of nowhere, like maybe 2-3 years ago. So sometimes
you get your style of finesse. You got your style of finesse from the music industry, which it fits right in. It fits right in with boxing.
Right. I try to apply that too, Rod. You know,
I
it all applies.
Some things they hit you that you least expect, and I'd be like, hey, maybe this is what I might have, you know, supposed to do or whatever. You know, it's going pretty good. You know what I'm doing, so
I knew I couldn't do it.
You say right?
Yeah.
I would say just dedication. Whatever you trying to get into, just be dedicated, practice, man. And when that opportunity comes, just be ready and seize the moment.
Amen.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay, honey.
Honey, you talking?
Yeah. So only thing I would say there.
Come on, honey.
Pep kind of stepped on it there, what I was about to say, but learn your craft and add to it. If you can write, learn how to play. If you can sing, learn how to write. You know, one thing that I wish we had done in our group was to actually learn how to play some instruments. I remember we had an opportunity, I believe it was with Flight Time. I don't know if you remember that, Pep. But we got passed over because we wasn't a band. We couldn't play. And so learning your craft, you know, is one thing, but add to it. If you can sing, I mean, that's great, but don't stop there. You know, learn how to write. You know, learn how to play.
They went with mint condition.
What's that?
I said they went with mint condition over us.
Oh, that was mint condition. I thought it was low key. I was low key.
Yeah,
man, I tell you, that's that was a heartbreaker right there. And then, you know, don't be afraid to take chances. One thing that I admired about Rod is that his mind was always thinking. He was always in that creative mode. I don't know if y'all remember, Rod, when you and Eric beat us out in the what's that? The Ernest Givens talent show.
Oh, that's you talking about years.
Long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Remember that, Pep?
Well, you know,
we had a secret weapon. We had a secret weapon. That was Eric.
Nobody had a bass like me.
And I think they said that y'all got it because you are more original. You know, you weren't afraid to step out, you know, and do your own thing, you know. So don't be afraid to take chances, learn your craft, and add to it. That's all I got to add to that.
Well, you said a lot. And one thing I want to add to what you just said, originality. Right now I see a bunch of people copying.
Copycats,
Copycat, or if a certain sound is working with one person, everybody want to duplicate it. What you're going to find moving forward in the music industry, anybody that's really original or different is just going to take off.
Right.
So young folks would be smart enough to say, hey, maybe I got to take a chance, just be different.
Right.
And find an audience for it.
And another thing I would like to add too is, I don't know if they still use this word, but these young people, but flossing. Don't spend so much time, don't spend any time flossing.
Yes.
You know, trying to make yourself look like something online or on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. Don't waste your time doing that. Learn.
So deaf. I was master of making people look like stars. That's why my name is Star Maker. Because I can make you look like a star. I make you look like
Wow.
And
at the same time, when the rubber hits the road.
Yeah. I mean, learn your craft like everybody said, and learn how to monetize that. You know, get into the business, get into the business part of whatever your craft is. You know? Get into the financial part of that. You know, understand the industry, because whatever you do, there's an industry behind it. You know, and there are top players in that industry. Those are the people you need to be trying to
emulate.
Emulate. You know, but you gotta learn the finances. You gotta learn the business part of it. You know, and I would even avoid so much talking about your hustle, because a lot of times people can hustle all day long, but they just move in a circle.
Right.
But you have to actually put some traction on your feet and make some movement going forward. So keep that business minded mindset. You don't have to walk around in a suit and tie, but have that professional business mentality, because that's what everything we do comes down to, is a business.
Yeah.
You know, and you have to pay the taxes at the end of the year. You know, and those taxes can actually benefit you if you set yourself up as a business, you know, and not try to be so slick, getting paid under the table or all cash deals and all that kind of thing. No, establish yourself as a bona fide business,
right,
and get yourself a tax number, a tax ID, you know, and work with an accountant or somebody who knows finances, and legitimize yourself.
Right.
You know?
I like it.
Because that's what's going to be the enduring legacy of whatever you start now.
And it's setting a good foundation. It's what you build.
Right. Strong foundation.
Shady and muddy and under the table.
Yeah.
It's not going to stand. It's not going to
It's not going to stand.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to say the thing that I admire what Rod used to do, man, because me and Rod used to run into each other a lot of times, you know, trying to run into stars and meet them. And Rod would put himself in, you know, like almost like intern, and Rod would get jobs where he was around these type of people, you know, like the So Deaf thing. You know, he got in there, and you know, he was around, you know, Jermaine Dupri, Michael Malden, and so a lot of times, you know, you can intern or get jobs and be in there. I think what's her name, Jamel Monet. I think she was just mopping the floor or something and singing in a record company somewhere, and the dude liked her voice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes you got to get in
the right place at the right time.
Get in place and wait for an opportunity.
Put yourself in place.
Right. And Rob is so modest and humble, man. He got a star child that's been in movies.
Yes. It's like I usually add her on. She's like the cherry on top. After I was telling about her, but she's got her own world, and I'm like, me and her got a competition, a quiet competition. Who gonna be the first millionaire? I think she's a little ahead of me right now, but I'm running.
Don't stop running. Don't stop running.
Rod, you're so cool and humble about it, man. I admire that about you, man.
Oh man, I'm on the same old Rod. Even when I was at So Deaf, man, I don't get hyped up on all that stuff, man. Especially with my people from St. Pete in Florida. That's why I always tell them, reach out to me. They'd be amazed how approachable I am, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I think we all here on this earth for a little bit of time, and nobody's better than anything. It's just how you did your choices.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing to separate us. Don't make you better or me better. It's just what choices you made. And so because I make a few right choices, I can make a wrong one tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah.
And you might make a good one, and I'm remember when you talked about me like a dog.
Hey, Sean, I want to ask the guys, everybody, a question. How do y'all feel about the state of R&B right now, fellas?
Oh, that's a good question.
As far as music goes, I'm so far removed from contemporary music. I couldn't even answer that question. Yeah. I know I'm tired of hearing every guy sounding like Drake.
Yeah.
Okay. That's the truth.
All the rappers look the same.
All the rappers look the
same. Sound the same,
sound the same, you know, but they're original.
I've been going on playing. I've been learning since COVID. I've been learning to play the guitar. I'm getting pretty good at that, and the piano. I've been writing my own stuff and just kind of getting more in depth in the blues. I don't really play with R&B too much. I mean, name R&B, you know, besides Kells. You know, who else sing that I can, you know, Trey Songz, maybe.
Yeah.
And, so who?
Yeah, music has evolved way different than when I was involved in it.
Right.
It's a different animal now, completely.
Yeah.
Different.
So who you guys are listening to?
Yep.
Who are y'all listening to right now?
I don't listen to contemporary.
Oh, I'm blues. I'm even going to old school blues. I'm listening to uncle stuff. I'm
I
stirring.
listen to jazz, instrumentals. I listen to opera. I listen to classical.
I'm studying developing my own style. I'm like I said, I'm just studying.
Yeah.
I'm mixing. I say my voice, my singing style is, and I say this funny. My voice is like, I got a famous uncle. They got a Netflix special out on him. Sterling McGee. He went by Mr. Satan. I'm a mixture of Sam Cooke. If Sam Cooke and my uncle had a baby, that would be my voice. And then Michael Jackson adopted it and raised it. And then Prince was his stepdad. That's me. Because I sing the blues. That's where I should be singing the blues. But I've been looking at Michael Jackson all those years, so I got Michael Jackson flavor over it.
Yeah. Mix it all up.
But then Prince influenced me with the playing the piano and the guitar. I play, so it's like it's all mixed up.
Yeah.
So that's what I tell these young folks. There's no set rules. You can
Exactly.
No rules.
no rules.
Exactly.
So who you listening to, Pep?
Man, believe it or not, Ron, I'm stuck in the 70s right now, man. My
Hey,
car,
coming back. Bruno Mars.
when you get in my car, it's on the groove, man.
That's some good music,
groove,
man.
Man, I'm Earth, Wind and Fire, Ohio Players, man. I'm all in the disco. That
was real deal right there.
That's all Bruno Mars is doing, bringing that stuff back.
Yes.
Yeah. I like the days when you had to know how to play, man. You know, when you really had to know how to play. When you had to go to the studio and sing a whole song, they couldn't loop your voice. You had to sing every note.
It had to be for real. And you had the band in there with you.
Right? So you can imagine how long you got to keep playing. You got to do it over.
Do it over.
When I went and recorded my blues album, you know, I went in a couple times over the years with One Soul and with you guys too.
Yeah.
And so, you know, they have tracks and loops and different things, you know. These guys were old school. I went down to Mississippi, it was Water Valley, Mississippi. And they had these it was one take, play the music and sang. So I had learned. But it worked. But I had did my homework, like Prep said. I had been practicing the music about a month or so before I got down there. So when they threw that on me, I thought I'm getting ready to record track one.
Great.
They said, "No, partner."
Right now.
Record. Music. Everything at the same dang time.
Wow.
Rod, you made me think of Motown, man. I saw this clip where they were showing the Temptations. They were recording the whole. Everybody was singing at the same time, and the band was playing.
Yeah. But it turned out good, and they were saying it gives a certain kind of sound, and the instruments bleed onto the vocal tracks a little bit. Yes, old school techniques, man.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
T, what you listening to, man?
Hey man, I'm still where we left off, bro. I'm still back there in the 90s, man.
In the 90s.
I'm still back there in the 90s. every now and then, I'm back there in the 70s, man. All depends on how I'm feeling at the moment.
I hear you.
I can't deal with this new stuff, man. I can't get with it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I can't get with it, man.
They're writing.
I can't imagine any of this stuff being sung or
100 years from now, right?
Not even 100, 10, 15.
Yeah.
You know?
You're right.
Yeah.
Think about my girl. How old is my girl?
Oh man.
It's going about 60 years.
Yeah.
Classics.
Yeah.
Hey, LaShawn, we're gonna go ahead and get out your way. We're gonna let y'all continue with your interview. We're gonna get out of y'all way. But fellas, I thank y'all very much for coming on with me today. Thank y'all.
Hey, I loved it.
Definitely,
man. Thank you guys for showing up.
All right, bro.
One of my
for you,
viewers
man, for you.
before y'all One of my viewers said before y'all leave, amen, such good advice, and have an honest soul team, honest, solid team around you that will protect you and hold you accountable.
That's right.
Amen.
Yeah.
Right.
Very good.
Right.
You need a circle. And sometimes, like, especially with my kids, I might see who they hang around, this and that, or somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it, I was like, you need a new circle.
Yep.
Or you need some new friends. You know?
Mm-hmm.
A circle with a gate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Time to go.
And a rope.
Right.
And a lock.
Yeah, I want to say one
Can't
last
climb over this
thing.
bad boy.
I just want to say, Sean and T, I appreciate y'all having me on. You know, anytime y'all call, all y'all, man. This
This
show
was nice,
I
man.
love how y'all got your show here.
Yes.
Yeah, the graphics, all it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All right.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
I'll
the
be
invite,
watching
Troy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Bless y'all.
All right.
I'll talk
Good
soon.
night.
All right,
Thank
all
you so much, Kelvin, Eric. Thank you so much for coming
right.
on.
Y'all take
Thank
care
you,
now.
All right.
Troy.
Carry on.
All right. See
Carry
y'all
on.
later.
Peace.
Bye. All right. Rod, where you going?
I'm doing a little dance, happy dance.
How you
Y'all
doing?
got me. You got me. Y'all got me.
I was gonna say, what did you think about that?
Oh, I'm touched. I was like, man, y'all.
Yeah, Troy wanted it. He said, what do you think about this? I was like, I'm all for it. I think it would be great.
Y'all got the element of surprise. For the
Yeah.
viewers out there, I did not know. Honestly, did not know they were showing.
He did not know, guys. We arranged it so that you came in and got did your equipment check and stuff early before them. So you came at 5:30. They came at 6.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all set me up.
Yeah. Troy was like, okay, he's gonna come in. We're gonna check his equipment, and he's gonna be in and out, because we don't want no
That's what he
cross.
did. He was like rushing me. I'm trying to chat. And he was like, all right, Rob, we got you. So, okay.
I heard him. I was like, he is not chatting or anything. He's like, okay, it's time to go. No. But I'm like, yeah, like, do you ever sit back and think, wow, like how far you've come? Like, have you, because I'm the type of person, when things happen for me, I don't process it all right away. It takes me some time to process everything. It could take a whole year for me to process stuff like this, So like Troy's like, okay. So say for instance, when I'm putting out, when I'm requesting people to come onto the show, whether they're celebrities or not celebrities, he's like, you're not afraid to ask nobody. No, I'm not afraid. I just, we're working on a project right now. And he was like, you not scared? No, I'm not scared. I'm just going to do it.
That's
Just
what you
jump
gotta
out
be.
there and do it.
In my mind, I got a goal in my mind where I'm trying to achieve. And so I don't spend a lot of time looking back. And I like to give this comparison or analogy. You got a Stone Mountain here in Atlanta. Have you been on Stone Mountain?
Never.
Well, Stone Mountain is so big, it's like a mile going up, but it's like going upstairs, going up a mile.
Okay.
And it's trees all the way up. So you kind of like walking up a hill with trees around you. But after you get up so high, the trees start to thin out because you went up so hard, and it's granite, so the trees can't grow in a certain spot. And when you clear those trees and you look around, immediately you realize how far you done came up. It's like you were up in an airplane. And something out. Well, it's the same way. I've grinded so much, working on my motivational speaking, practicing singing and dancing and doing all these shows and doing all that. And then one day I woke up and I was getting on a plane going to South Korea to go speak at an army base, doing motivational speaking over there. And then I realized when it hit me, like, this is not normal. I think I've been grinding real hard that they flying me across the world now.
Right.
And then I got stars in my phone. And I see my daughter on television, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is not normal. But the trees are starting to clear. But I was so
See, that's me too. Yeah.
I was so focused on the goal that. Now I'm starting to realize, say, hey, and the stuff that y'all was showing, you know, the clips, and then the plaque on the wall. I said, you know, this ain't normal.
Yeah.
But to me, in my mind, I'm still same old Rod.
Right.
So I'm still grinding.
I was going to say too, and I think that has a lot to do too with when you're doing something that you're passionate about versus doing it for money. So like you're doing something that you're passionate about, it's in you. It's built in your frame, your inward parts, it's just all interwoven together. And so because you're doing what it is that's in you to do, you really don't look at the accolades or want the accolades because this is something that you're passionate about. But when you turn around and look back, it's like, whoa, you know, that part.
You know, at the end of the day, you know, a new page I'm going to be, you know, we got these passions and gifts. You know, I can paint, and I've been putting that off on the back burner. I said one day when I turned 50, I was going to start back painting. I'm 55 now, so God been speaking to me. So,
you're 55, right? Oh my gosh.
Hey, yeah, 55. But, and I still can spin around and do a split. Don't get it twisted.
Okay.
I said I refuse to get old until I make it.
Right.
At least what making it is in my mind.
Yeah.
All the friends and family are starting to they thinking I'm on the other side. But like I said, I'm so focused that, you know, I done been to like not Jermaine's house, but basketball players' houses, and I done seen the other side. So like I was shooting goals for myself. But I just want to, and I think for the young people out there, money is, you could chase money, and it's definitely, but you got to look at money as a tool.
It's a tool, exactly.
It shouldn't be the goal. And also money will be a residual. It is something that happens from you doing something right. You know, the money will come. Yep. But stay focused and try to be the best at be the best in the world at what you do. You know, at least do it the best to your ability. Right. You also fall into place and just be remembered. You know, I think it's a sad thing to come in this world and then leave and nobody remember you for nothing. Yeah. Exactly. And I have to commend you. You know, you always had a wonderful spirit. Quiet as kept audience. They done had me down schools, and they've always supported me even before I got to this level. They just and Sean just always been just real supportive, and I thank you because that. Thank you. Because you put your reputation in, on the line to have this, but, you know. And so, and then you have me come onto your show. So it's like, oh, and then you surprise me. Yeah. I got hugs on layaway for you and Troy.
Oh my gosh. I can't. I mean, you know what? I was just sitting here thinking about everything that you were saying. And it's like, you know, the money really doesn't matter because it's here today, gone tomorrow, right? You know, one wrong decision, one wrong move, and we could just lose everything that we have.
Or get sick.
And it's like the money don't mean anything. I wish if I could have my health back, I would exchange all that I have for that. You know, it's that mentality. So I think it's really, like you said, about making those connections and touching people by what you've been put in this earth to do. When you're doing that, you're going to make those connections. You're going to leave a lasting impression on people. You're going to create networks of support. You know what I'm saying? And build long-lasting friendships. And even if you don't have long-lasting friendships, people are going to remember what you did for them. You know?
Well, everybody can't come with you. You know, everybody you start off with, they can't handle your blessing. They can't handle what you're doing. I mean,
that is so true.
Pigeons and eagles, you can hang out with the pigeons for a little bit, but your wings start knocking them over, and you're stepping on them, on their neck, and say, I'm getting too big. Let me go here with the eagle section. So I agree with that. I just really love imparting wisdom to young folks because they get twisted, they get on the glitz and the glamour, you know, all the gold and all that stuff.
Yeah.
you have to, especially here in Atlanta, it's all about perception.
Appearances.
But trust me, I got a car. I ain't riding around no Benz. I got a 2001 Toyota 4Runner that I had for 15 years. That's paid off. That's 10 years of no car payments. So I get this necklace because this is 10 years of no car payments. And my wife's car is paid off. It's going on 10 years. She didn't have that car, no car payments.
Right.
This house, Lord, nothing. I mean, we just rent just starting to go over $1,000 now. We've been in this house for 15 years, and it just got to that. So it's about being smart. It ain't about the perception trying to keep up with the Joneses. You.
Yes. That is so true.
Yeah, right. No.
I'm so glad that you mentioned that, because like nowadays it really is all about appearances. And I can't remember who it was that I actually there was a young lady who owns a bath and body care line. And because she's in Atlanta, she, some of her clients are like big time. On the outside, they look like they're big time, but when you actually, because she actually knows them, she like, they ain't really got it like that. Like they put up a front because that's what
smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, exactly. It's smoke and mirrors. Like if you don't look like you if you don't look like you're playing the part correctly, then people don't want to hear nothing that you have to say.
Yep. But
if you look like you got success, then they're all ears.
But let me tell the young folks out here, it's also your play success. See, for me, I tell them my name is Sir Rod Patterson. Google me. It will say the rest. It says it all, because I've been minding my brand.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, be careful what you post. Be careful what you do. I done got gigs because they when it just, I saw that video that you did, or I saw, that your online presence is really, really important. So if you're on there twerking and doing stuff and pouring 40s down strippers and stuff, you may not get that when you decide to grow up job.
Yep.
So
look, what's out there in Google land, stay in Google land. It's very difficult to pull back on that stuff. Let's see. Let me see. They have a comment here. Althea Weller says, isn't that the truth? Pigeons and eagles. I know. Isn't that a great analogy? I love it. I love it. It's so true, because even within the past couple of years for myself, I would have to say, I thought that I had a pretty small friend circle. And I thought that everybody in my circle was just going to be there because they had been there for years. And then people just dropped off like nothing. You haven't done anything. They just decide they don't want to. And it's like, wow, you needed that room to, like you said, grow. So yeah, it's definitely making those adjustments.
Yes.
So now let me ask you about sounds of knowledge. Can you give us some insight on sounds of knowledge?
Yeah, that's another passion of mine. Sounds of Knowledge is a school touring company. We go around and we give anti-bullying and positive messages to youth in high school, elementary school, middle school, and it's a passion of mine. I've been motivational speaking now for about 10 years, at least 10 years. Yeah, and it's also, we've actually stopped a few kids from committing suicide. So not only it's my passion, it's a gift, it's also a passion of mine. And that's why they had me go to South Korea. I went to, I can't think of the army base. There's an army base in South Korea that I went to. It'll come to me. But it's the largest one in South Korea. It's in Jeonri. It's a part of But anyway, it's like 5,000 kids, high school, middle school, and elementary. I spoke at every school talking to the kids about bullying and staying away from drugs. Oh, well, thank you. But yeah. And so if you go down, there's some clips of me speaking with the kids. And I found out you had to have a gift speaking to kids. Everybody, you can have motivational speakers, you can have preachers, but everybody can't speak to kids. Yeah, thank you. Hit that. That'll give you an idea. I don't know what there's a news clip. It works. I guess we get a sound, but yeah, that was me at one of the. I think that was in Mississippi. I've been all over Mississippi, Kentucky, Mississippi, Kentucky. That was a news outlet. We did a tour about 14 schools. When I say we, it was me and my son. We've got a small setup that we go and we talk to the kids, and it's a beautiful thing. And that's one thing about COVID. What I'm missing is, I'm trying to figure out how to redo that.
Kids, yeah.
I got my book. I wrote this book called it's the Solutions for Bullying.
Oh, nice.
It's 150 anti-bullying solutions, because everybody talk about the problem. So I wanted to give the schools and the students solutions. Because while I was visiting the schools, I learned that some schools were doing certain things and other schools weren't doing the other things.
Right.
And the left hand didn't know what the right hand was doing. So I got all the best practices that I could find, and I put them in here. And what I would like to do at some point, once I get my nonprofit going, is give this book to as many schools as possible.
Yeah, so they can put it in the library, or have it to where
or they can implement some of these things.
Yeah, implementation. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's awesome. The merchandise stuff. When we were at the schools, sometimes the schools didn't have enough money or they couldn't afford it. So I hate to tell a school no, because there might be a kid in that school contemplating suicide.
Right.
So what we would do is they would let me sell product souvenirs to offset the cost of what they couldn't pay.
Right. That's such a creative idea too, and a way to help offset and see, that's another thing. That's how when you're passionate about doing something and you're not money focused,
yep.
You're able to come up with other alternate ideas and ways to help support and pay for what you have to do in terms of traveling and setting up and all of that. I think that is just a phenomenal way to get the word out there. I think I talked to somebody maybe like a month or two ago, and they were saying that a 7 or 8 year old was thinking about suicide, and I'm like, what? I just cannot believe that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
7 and 8 years old.
7 and 8 years old, 9, 10, contemplating killing themselves.
Yes.
So yeah, it is a serious, very serious issue. And but guess what? The catalyst I use to get the kids' attention.
Music, yeah. That's the medium for everything.
Yeah, it's music. And Sounds of Knowledge has branched out also. I go into nursing homes, assisted living. I was going to nursing home, assisted living. I do a Motown presentation. When I had a lot of downtime, I would go sing to the seniors.
That is so awesome.
They had a kid spirit, and so they would come back to life. I go to memory care, and sometimes they would be just like in a state.
Mm-hmm.
They hear that music, they would wake up like a normal person.
Yep. Yeah.
And we would have a good time. I mean, they would be dancing the whole night.
Yes.
Like I said, I think it's selfish. I think we young people, and I'm I can talk all day long, but this is real important. Your gifts and your talents are not for you. They belong to everybody else but you.
Yeah.
If somebody gave you $200 and said, "Hey, Rod, why don't you give LaShawn this $200?" And I see you, "Hey, LaShawn, how you doing?" And I don't give you that money.
Right.
What am I doing? I basically stole.
Yeah, you stole it. Yeah.
All this singing and dancing and singing like Michael Jackson and split and all that, that's not for me. That's for them old people. That's for them kids. That's for all these talents and gifts are for other people. So share your gifts and talents. Don't be scared, holding on and waiting for the perfect moment.
Right.
You fail. You cannot fail. You only can learn.
Right. Exactly.
Period.
Exactly. And it's so, And it's so important to, like, I know one of the things that y'all were talking about earlier was like imitating, emulating, copycatting, just being original.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's really true is that most people don't, including adults, not just kids, really don't know who they are.
No,
they don't know what their passion, they don't know what they were put in the earth to do. You know, they kind of just like are going around trying to throwing stuff to the wall and seeing what sticks.
Right. I'm reading a book. It's a real good book called Steal Like an Artist.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And basically, for anybody stuck trying to find themselves to be creative, there's nothing new under the sun. Period.
Exactly. Right.
Everybody gets something. Michael Jackson, when he was doing that Billie Jean, he was copying Fred Astaire and doing those moves, that classical jazz dance that they were doing.
Right.
James Brown, Fred Astaire, you get a little, that's Michael Jackson combo. Nothing new under the sun. What makes you different is if you steal from one person, you copy it. But if you steal from 20 people, you come up with your own thing.
Own thing, yeah.
So that's why I said Sam Cooke, Michael Jackson, Prince,
my
Uncle the Blues. I even try to find people who ain't even made it that they doing something. I say, man, I love how he's doing that with his. I said, oh, I'm a bite.
Yes, that's crazy. Yeah.
And put that in my gumbo.
Right. Yes.
And then you come up with something original. So when I say be original, don't be afraid. If you see somebody doing something, try to copy it, master it, but you're going to find out that your equipment, your voice, your thing is not quite like theirs. And embrace that. Then whatever change you tweak, you do, that becomes original.
Yep. Yeah. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Now, can you tell me about some things that you've learned in the industry working for Social Dev? So what things have you learned about the music industry because you work for Social Dev? What things can you share with people who are trying to, you know, make their way into the industry that they might not otherwise know?
Yeah, true. I tell you, it blew my mind. When I got at Social Dev, I thought they were just a record label, but they were several, not several different. They were many different things. They were management. They also were concert touring. They were film. They were publishing. They also was radio. You know, with the record industry. So I learned. Don't have all your eggs in one basket. Be diversified. Yeah. And I've been doing that ever since. So that's why when COVID hit, I lost the schools and I lost the nursing homes, but I picked up graphic work and I picked up the blues. I started doing the blues and I could put my music out on the radio. And so when COVID lifts back up, they begging for me to come to Europe. They want me to come to Italy. They want me to come to the UK. The UK DJs are playing, so there's festivals out. So diversified. Yeah, somebody said it's a sad rabbit that only has one hole or one fox. So yeah, you got to diversify.
Yes.
I learned from
I love it,
and they survived because of that.
Man, that's some tea for not just people who are trying to get into the music industry, but everybody. I mean, at this point, because COVID-19 has come and pretty much rocked everybody's world, I think that one of the things that we need, that we should know if we didn't know already, is that we need to have multiple facets of income. So, you know, like you said, you have gifts, you have talents, you have abilities, you know what I'm saying? In times where you, like these, where we pretty much shut down, now you have to learn how to, like Eric said, monetize it. How do you make money off of the things that you know how to do?
Yeah.
So I love that.
So yeah, and that saved the day. If I just had all my eggs in the school basket, y'all be interviewing me from the corner. Hold on, wait for this truck to go by. All right.
Oh. Wait.
They're trying to take my box. Hold on a second.
I was just gonna say that. I was just getting ready to say that. That is so true. We have to definitely be mindful. We have to be mindful. We have to look at, you know, like you said, when you're original, you really don't have an issue with coming up with different alternatives.
Oh yeah.
Of ways that you can do things. Let me see. Let me see. Somebody said I had to drink to that one, diversifying.
Oh yeah.
Althea Weller said she had to drink her tea to that one. Okay. Listen. Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got my own.
Mm-hmm. That was good. That was good. Listen, you know, that's how wealthy people do it. They don't have one stream. You know, you talk about diversified portfolios. They got money everywhere, earning money in different places, you know, different things, different projects that they have going on. And we have to think that way.
You better. I mean, I'm in photography. I bought a camera and I learned how to do photography. I could go out and just start shooting models if I had to. Just
wow.
I mean, making $75 a shoot if I wanted to. I mean, I'm diversified, and I'm in Atlanta now. Atlanta models. If I wanted to look that avenue, I could go that route.
Dang. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta
believe in yourself. I paid $2,000 for my camera, but I knew if I ever hit a hard time, I could always grab the camera and just start taking pictures.
Invest in yourself.
Invest in yourself. But
exactly.
It's paid for itself and some, but
exactly. Okay, so let me ask you this last question. What are 3 things that every aspiring recordist artist should know and learn? Besides for diversifying your portfolio.
What they should know is first, they should definitely, like Eric said, they should know the business. They know that it's called music business first. Second, they're going to have to know, they're going to have to hone their craft. Practice.
Okay.
Practice some more. And the other thing I think kills more artists than anything is they're going to have to learn to give it time.
Patience.
Sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. Sometimes, in my book, I wrote, I wrote 4 books, but this is called 10 Commandments of the Stage.
Oh,
remember you?
Oh, I like that. Okay.
So, because I've been performing for over 30-something years, so I put all these little tips and tricks and stuff in there. One thing I put in that book is that it won't happen. I lost my train. It's not going to happen overnight. And I almost made it like 2 times before. One time we were out on the road with New Edition, with Boys II Men. And another time was with MC Hammer. And both of those times when I got to the door to success, it opened up and I say, "Hey, how you doing?" And they looked me over and said, "You ain't ready." And so back out. And I said, in my book, I said, it's like a line. It's a line. People in line. It's like a 15-year line. They say overnight success is 15 years.
Wow.
You're in line for 15 years. And when you get to that door, if you ain't ready, it's back to the end of the line.
Wow.
And so I did that twice. So this 3rd time, when I got to the door,
you took it.
Rod was ready.
Yeah, you ran through it.
I practiced. Literally, LaShawn, I practiced for almost 5 years in my room, singing and dancing and screaming with no shows on the books.
Wow.
I was doing motivation speaking and other little things, doing my graphics, but I never thought about singing on the stage for anybody. So I was just kind of just practicing, getting ready.
Right.
And then the opportunity posed itself.
Wow.
So time, practice, and the other thing, it's a business.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be sending you an invoice for all this advice. Y'all didn't pay for this. This is top shelf.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. And you're right. It is top shelf. I mean, it's like,
But I've been in the game a long time. And like I said, what I'm holding on to it for, especially I see these young people, they get up they watch the TV and the shows and they spending all their money on $30,000 purses.
Yeah.
You could buy a house.
Yeah.
You can rent that house out and then buy the purse with the rent money from the house.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a generation that needs to understand and appreciate the meaning of hard work. And not all the times when you talk about hard work, but hard work in terms of when making investments into yourself that's going to yield you a return.
Right.
That's hard work. Make an investment into yourself. You know, it's easy to go and exchange money for a material item that in 1 year, a few months is not even going to be a part of the trend anymore. It's going to be out of style.
Oh yeah. I took a spin on that old saying, if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Yeah.
If it don't make money, it's an expense.
Exactly. Hello, you need to make that a t-shirt. I'll buy it from you. If it don't make money,
it's an expense.
It's an expense. That is so true. Mm-hmm. And Troy says you're absolutely right. He said, do you have any regrets? Troy says.
Oh yeah, some regrets. You know, family time with my mom and my parents are older now. Mm-hmm. I look back and I was grinding and always on the go. My mom passed in 2001, and my regrets is I wish I would have spent a little more time. She never got a chance to come to any of my shows or anything because I was ripping and running. And my dad, he surprised me. He was sneaking to my shows. He was an old school, too proud. And then one day, after I've been in Atlanta for like 10 years and I went down here getting older, he bust out this suitcase and he had newspaper clippings and articles when I was running track. And I'm like, we would have been a lot closer if I know you were stalking me like that. But,
yes.
So yeah. Oh so my regrets, I wish I could have gave more time to my parents.
I love it. Jalen says asset liability training. That's good.
Yeah, you're right.
That's good. And then Emilio said, Rod, when are you moving back to St. Pete?
We actually was going to try to come back in 2020, and then COVID kind of hit. So then I kind of put everything on hold. So we trying to just wait, and we were trying to figure out we were trying to figure out, my wife wanted to go to Orlando, and that's too far because I know she'll tear her car up going back, all her family. Yeah. So we're thinking maybe Tampa, but there was no area that was really, after coming from Atlanta, everything looks, and then I didn't all that. Even here in Atlanta, we live in Lithonia out in the burbs. So I only go downtown. When I go downtown, I realize I'm in Atlanta. Everything in Atlanta. You got our own mall in Lithonia. We got our own, everything you need is right here.
Right.
In Atlanta, the city is only like 20-minute drive.
You might need to come to Wesley Chapel where we are.
We'll see.
I
wasn't impressed last time I was there. No.
Wait, they built up more since
it's been a while. It's been a while. I got to check it out. We'll see.
Yeah, you got to check it out. They building up over here. It's really nice.
I want to be about 40 minutes outside of St. Pete, maybe.
See, that's perfect because it's like 40. It take about 35 minutes to get to North St. Pete.
Okay.
And yeah.
I don't want family just dropping by. They got to call.
Right, that part.
They ain't gonna be just driving 45 minutes.
This is the safe zone right here. They're gonna have to call before they come because they don't want to take no chance of you not being here.
Exactly. We see you.
Yes. Okay, so Jalen says, for real, I've been waiting all these years, hearing all these stories from Dad. So he's ready for you to come. He was with Emilio with that one. He with Pep. And then he says, when will there be a reunion tour?
Hey, as soon as COVID is up. We actually, that may happen sooner than you think. My band partner is named Adam Gusso. He's part of the Blues Doctors. They're planning a tour. Actually, we got bookings in New York, Philly, South Carolina, and he wants to do something in Tampa, St. Petersburg, because my uncle is there. It's just a gift to some of the supporters for my uncle. Because I'm singing some of my uncle's music. So when we come down there, we're going to be doing a little show. Maybe we can have a little set, a little reunion.
Are y'all planning that this year or next year?
Summer this year. Summer.
Interesting. I like it.
And they already got their vaccine. They're getting their vaccine. I'm on the list, so I'm ready to take the needle from the doctor. Give me that. You don't know what you're doing. Patterson, you can't put it in your forehead.
Jalen says Wesley Chapel is the best spot. I told you it's really nice over here. It's kind of like suburban.
Jalen's still real estate. That's why he's saying he trusts.
Nah, it's nice over here. Honestly, it really like it.
I'll check it out. You might turn me on to something because we were looking. She was talking about across the Skyway. I didn't like Bradenton, Sarasota. Too many hurricanes come over that way.
Yeah. Y'all would love Wesley Chapel. I'm so serious. It's like you have suburbia, and then you have like everything is right here. We used to have to drive to Tampa for everything, but we have 2 malls here. There's just a lot to do. And then Tampa is literally like 10 minutes away.
And I done built up my thing now that I can do it from literally anywhere.
Yeah.
I can do my thing from St. Pete. It doesn't matter. But so I'm gonna check you out. We're gonna talk.
All right, gotta do that. Your boy Troy said, "Count me in." I guess he won't in on the tour.
All right, tell him start practicing.
He said, "Start practicing."
So Rod don't play.
Rod don't play.
Rod don't play. I'm good.
Jalen said, "What would you say was the best part of being inside of So Def? What was the best part?"
Wow. I don't know. It was like seeing how normal everybody was. And behind the smoke in the mirrors.
Yeah.
When Jermaine and his father talking, I realized they were no smarter than me. They just had goals and they went and did it. Literally. It was like so surprising. And so after I learned that, I wasn't intimidated anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. Any of the stars that came through, like, okay, partner, all right, you
got it. I got
this. And they had to come see me when I was doing the artwork. I did stuff for Jagged Edge and The Brat. I was working on for I did stuff for all those people. Bow Wow, I did projects for all those. That's why I wish I could show you all the stuff around here. This on my computer.
Dang, that would have been nice. Oh my gosh, for everybody that's in the music industry, I hope y'all are really tuning in to what's being said here. Some good stuff being brought forth. Oh, let me tell you, Emilio said, "Me too." He won't in on the tour too.
Practice.
Then right, he said, "You ever asked Jermaine Dupri how did he pull Janet?"
Oh no, I was out of there before then. I was thinking myself. I had jokes, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
He asked the question everybody want to know the answer to, and you said you asked the same question.
That's the same question. We all right around here like.
He laughing, man. Everybody wants to know how he pulled Janet, man. That was some serious pull right there.
I'm glad I was out of there before Janet started hanging around, because she would have saw me, and then we'd have a conversation.
Over.
I'm married. Then it wouldn't work out. Janet. Too much pressure.
Too much pressure. All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. Jalen said everybody wondered that about Jermaine Dupri. They was together for a long time too. I thought it was just gonna be a little one stop.
I seen a little documentary when Michael wanted Crisscross to do the jump.
Mm-hmm.
JD was up with him to do the video, and Janet was around, and they kind of crossed paths and started coming. That's how he got access.
Right. Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Y'all heard that? Let me take a sip of that tea. Y'all heard that tea? I hope y'all got y'all teacups. Y'all. That was some good tea right there. I'm loving that. Okay, y'all heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Clue number 1.
Yep.
Jalen says ultra lord quality game. Yeah, that's
a shot. You know, yeah.
Hey, you gotta believe in yourself. He believed in himself.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, exactly. And then I have one more comment before I let you go. Melissa Rowland, who is the manager for Siobhan Monique, the young lady that we heard earlier. Mm-hmm. She said, let them know Siobhan has a 12-piece band with a horn section of the most exceptional musicians around, and her album is coming out with actual live instruments in the background.
Yeah, that's what they said to old school. Yeah, this is gonna be hot.
Oh man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for that. Listen, Rod, I hope y'all back here by the end of this, by October.
Oh, we're gonna be there at least performing there, but we're gonna have to be house shopping. We gotta sell this house.
Yeah.
And
it's time for y'all to come back.
Oh, I'm ready. I love Atlanta. I've been here since '95.
Dang. What?
I know.
And you know what's so funny? I think when you were getting ready to make that move to Atlanta, Troy came to me and he said, what do you think about us moving to Atlanta? Well, he said he wanted to go first.
Yeah, you would have did well.
He said I want to go first. When he said I'm gonna go first and then I stand for you, that was a wrap right there for me. If he would have said we could go together, then it would have been like, okay.
I came up first, but I was so
I think
focused.
you was trying to do what you were doing. I should have. I was a little young and insecure. I ain't know no better. I was kind of,
You wouldn't have nothing to worry about. You know, the girls up here, they were all about money.
Money, yeah.
You got to think up here, football players, basketball players, record producers. So they ain't going for no just regular Joe Blow.
Right.
So you would have been fine. You would have.
Yeah.
You were like, Troy, who? I came up, I was a bellman in St. Pete.
Wow.
I had just got my little art degree, and then I transferred as a bellman to downtown Atlanta in 95. And I knew that, so you got to think this thing through. I knew that the Olympics was coming in 96.
Okay.
So
wow.
I figured I gave myself a year to learn the city.
Mm-hmm.
I learned the city. Then when the Olympics come, I would make enough money that I could buy my own computer. And that's what I did. So 95, 96, the Olympics hit. Bought my own computer, then I started my own little freelance thing.
Wow.
Local businesses around. And while I was turning those ads in, I ended up getting my first real graphics job, and that real graphics job led to the social deaf job and so on.
Wow. Yeah, I probably would have wished that I would have just allowed my husband to go on ahead and come. He was listen, hashtag. I love it. Yes. You did that.
Yeah,
you did that for real.
St. Pete.
Yep. And it's so many people coming out of St. Pete right now. Athletes, artists. I mean, there's so many people. We always knew that St. Pete had greatness in it.
We need to bring all that talent together, because my daughter was born and raised in St. Pete. They think she's been in New York for 15 years, but she was born in St. Pete.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Greatness in St. Pete, man. That's all I'm saying. And Emilio said, he said she's good. I like her. So he liked Siobhan.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
I heard before, all this other stuff. I've been watching her online for a minute.
Yeah, she is just amazing.
She was
a little girl.
Eagles recognize these. Hey, that ain't no regular talent. Ain't no regular talent right there. Oh, no, she's not copying everybody. No, she's different.
Exactly.
I couldn't bite anything. I couldn't put the makeup on, and I wasn't gonna shave my hair. So
And she makes it look so easy.
no, that's been her thing since I remember seeing her.
Yeah, she is just blossom. Jalen says St. Pete is pumped full of talent and energy, just needs exposure and opportunity. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I told somebody, I said, I'm gonna say this before we get ready to close, and I'm gonna ask you if you have any final remarks. I had said this a couple of months ago. I said that St. Pete is the next Black Mecca. Atlanta, New York, you had Harlem that was, and we went from that to Atlanta. We had Oklahoma. I mean, now it's time to we on St. Pete is the next step.
I may make them not the Black Mecca. I'll call them maybe the next Motown.
You think the next Motown?
That talent, like Marvin Gaye and all them stuff.
Yeah, we got a lot of good artists, but we have a lot of good professional athletes that's come out of St. Pete too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That made it to the NFL. Yeah, and the NBA.
I'm a musician. Who cares about athletes? Football.
Yeah, and we have some that are doing really well, designing skyscrapers across the world, architects, and we got a lot of great people coming out of St. Pete.
I've been going to come back. I want to come back like I'm big dog. I might have to humble myself a little bit.
Yeah. St. Pete is the next thing. It's the next big thing coming. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow up out of nowhere. People gonna be like, "What?" Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rod, do you have any closing remarks for the people?
Yeah, my closing remark is: listen, the only thing that could hold you back, young person, is you. Your gifts, your talents. You can't fail. You only can learn. Go for it. You only live one life. So go for it. Don't be afraid. And let my life be an example. I'm dyslexic. I done wrote 4 books. I've always just breaking down barriers. They tell me I can't do something, I'll figure out a way around it, through it, over it, or under it. I'll figure it out. And that's right. You only live one life, and there's no rules.
Exactly. Exactly. And it's a lot of great people who came from disabilities, that have disabilities in Hollywood. Oh, yeah. So many of them that have disabilities.
Most people on Shark Tank don't know this. Most of the guys on Shark Tank are dyslexic.
Exactly. And I think that those that have the disabilities who become successful, like you said, have to find ways to work around it. So you're solutions oriented. You're not just looking for.
You get in the habit of thinking outside the box.
Yeah. Looking outside the box. And so Jalen says Black Mecca is one spot. Motown is ingrained in Black culture. Rod is right. Motown. Okay, then we the next Motown then.
It's official.
It's official. Next, we are the next Motown. So, Rod, I would really like to thank you for being here. We've been on here for 1 hour and 45 minutes. It does not feel like it, but I am so happy. I'm happy that you came on and you accepted our invitation. I'm even more excited because you're going to be moving closer, so we can visit you, like actually see your face. Yeah.
I'm gonna call first. I'm gonna call first.
Okay. And then we're gonna have to have Pepper up in there. Eric, come on down.
Yeah, that's right. You know what? Eric and Pep, they can eat, so you better prepare that.
We're gonna have to do some real shopping then. I'll probably cater that event because I don't. Yeah, that part.
Well, I'm bringing McDonald's, Happy Meals for everybody.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Rod. We really appreciate you for coming. So, Rod, thank you. And thank you. And you have a wonderful evening.
All right. You be blessed.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Okay, so guys, that was a terrific segment with our expert advisor, Sir Roderick Patterson. His name is AKA Sir Rod, okay? AKA Sir Rod. So I hope that you guys learned a lot, that you took in as much information as you could in regards to that, that segment. This month is, like I said, we're marching to the beat of our own drum, guys. We're in March, which is Music Month here with Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace. Guys, I want to let you guys know that I want to thank you for your support, for supporting us, for those who have watched every single week. Thank you so much for tuning in. And thank you so much for supporting Black businesses. Together, guys, we are closing the Black wealth gap. And that is our mantra here at Black Heritage Enterprise Marketplace, closing the Black wealth gap. So thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, I do want to mention, because I didn't do this last week, my shirt is Janet Jackson's Principle of Pleasure. And if y'all notice, I got my little my keychain on my earring. You know, I gotta do Janet. And tonight, and I got this from Amazon. And tonight's tea is what is this? It's not by a Black business owner. It's I can't think of the name of the tea. Guys, that's crazy. It's not chamomile tea, it's dandelion. It's dandelion tea, which is supposed to be good for detoxifying your liver and your lungs and all that good stuff. So anyways, guys, we will see you guys on next Tuesday, March 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. At what time? 6:30 Eastern Distant Time. And also, guys, make sure that you tune in to BIMP on the Spot. This coming Tuesday, we will have special guest Jalen Rush. He's rolling out his spring collection. And so you make sure you're there for that. Next Tuesday, we are going to have, and my team just put up the flyer. If you guys didn't see it already, it's absolutely stunning. Miss Siobhan Rowland will be our featured Black artist of the week for the first time on BIMP Corporation's TeeShirtz and Tea Tuesdays show. We are going to have a featured spotlight Black artist of the week, and she is Siobhan Rowland from Siobhan. Her artist name is Siobhan Monique, and she will be representing Ancestral Funk. Okay, so guys, make sure that you visit. Yes, there it is, Ancestral Funk. Make sure that you visit their website, and it's ancestralfunk.com. Make sure you stream her songs. She has some beautiful music that you guys heard part snippets of this week. Look at that. That is such a beautiful flyer. So make sure that you are tuned in on next Tuesday, March 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distant Time. Guys, there's a little bell underneath here on the show. If you look down at the bottom, there's a little bell, and it asks you if you want to be notified of future shows. Make sure you click that bell so that you're notified of every time that we are getting ready to go live. They usually give you like 3. They give you, the first one is usually when we first post the live show. Then they give you a 30-minute warning, a 15-minute warning, and a 3-minute warning. So guys, make sure that you put on those notifications and that you share our show with your friends, your family, your loved ones. Put it on your news feed, share it to your Instagram page. Guys, we are closing that's all you really have to do is share it, let people know what we're doing over here, because we have to do this together. As you heard Sarat say earlier, we can't get up to the top of the mountain alone. We need a team. We need a tribe. So guys, go ahead and come together. Let's come together and close this Black wealth gap for ourselves, for our community, for our children. And with that being said, we will see you guys next Tuesday, when? March 9th, 2021 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Distant Time. I'm your host, LaShawn Rush, and I look forward to seeing you on next week. Good night, everybody.